Like, you know what? You want to go to Metachamp? We're gonna throw a Shadow Ball. Did you guys see how much damage that Metachamp took? Oh my gosh! Let's settle down, class. It's time for a lesson. Good morning, class. Today, we're going to take a deeper dive and look at one of the teams that my friend MooMalow used to hit Legend with. He's a Twitch streamer, so his link will be down below if you want to see him battle, and also he does do raid streams in case you're interested in that. But yeah, grab a seat and get ready for notes because it's time for a lesson. Just a quick reminder, if you want a better grade in class, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, ring that bell so that you can be the first one to know when there are new lessons. Also, if you want to see me battle live and play GBL sets, check me out on twitch.tv/SuperScienceSensei. I battle every single day from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. PST. I hope to see you guys there. This team was made by my friend MooMalow, and he used it to hit Legend, and one of his favorite mons to use is Shadow Hypno. The team requires Shadow Hypno to play these matchups and has a safe swap in Azumarill. He used Play Rough and Ice Beam on his Legend push. We are using Hydro Pump and Ice Beam due to the amount of steel types we were seeing in the back, like Bastiodon and Galarian Stunfisk. But your choice of Hydro Pump or Play Rough is dependent on what you think you're seeing more often in the meta. And we have a Tropius in the back as a closer. Tropius is really nice due to the fact that it has really high bulk, completely walls Meganium, and is able to take a lot of matchups against flyers and obviously water types. The Shadow Hypno inside this team is our lead, but basically we don't safe swap out unless we see a dark type. Essentially, we basically double shield in almost every scenario. This team does have some trouble against Mews, and sometimes you can get hard countered. I've been a victim of that myself, but I have a pretty good run after learning to play the team a little bit, and I want to see how the battles go today. So let's go. On our first battle up, we have our Hypno into an Abomasnow lead. Now, this is dangerous since we're both Shadow. We both hurt very hard. Since he's farmed so much, we're a little scared of the Energy Ball. And inside this team, we do use both shields on our Hypno. So they did use the Weather Ball bait. We know we can tank one, so we're going to save the shield in case they get to a second one. And we're going to throw our Thunder Punch here, knowing that they are going to assume they're going to waste the shield since they think it's probably going to be Fire Punch, since it's a very common move. They don't shield it, but it's okay because we can Confusion it down. And we have a lot of energy on our Hypno. And since we see the Jellicent come in, even though the Thunder Punch would be super effective, if they let this go, thinking it's just a little Thunder Punch, they will suffer the consequences of a big Shadow Ball. They do farm us down, so they have a lot of energy now. And even though we don't have many super effective moves to hit it, we go into our Azumarill to absorb the energy here. Our Tropius can win, but Jellicents can sometimes pack Ice Beam and Shadow Ball, and that could be very detrimental to our odds of winning. So we just want to absorb all the energy, and once the energy is gone, we go into our Tropius. This could be an Ice Beam. We're hoping it's Shadow Ball, but it is an Ice Beam. We do shield it, and that's critical because we can beat them to the second Leaf Blade, but if that Ice Beam lands on us, we lose 80% of our life bar. And they have double water in the back, so good thing I didn't protect that Azumarill. We have a little bit of lag there, but it's okay. We can take one Ice Beam, probably from this Azumarill without dying, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, we're healthy enough to take an Ice Beam. Oh, and they have Play Rough, even better. So because it's Play Rough, we get to farm. You see how we're overloading our farm? So that way, right when we kill this Azumarill, we can throw a Leaf Blade to finish off that Jellicent. We do not want to risk it. And they leave knowing that we have enough energy for a Leaf Blade. GG's, well played. Okay, Alola Ninetales, depending on what moveset it has, if it has Charm, it takes 6 to get to Weather Ball. But if it doesn't have Charm, it can spam pretty fast. And we have to be respectful of the Dazzling Gleam, because even though they do Weather Ball bait us, the Dazzling Gleam can almost one-shot our Shadow Hypno. So they're gonna be scared of Fire Punches. So oh my gosh, these people aren't shielding. They're insane. Since that was too quick, I'm like, this should be a Weather Ball, and it was a Weather Ball. And we see a Shadow Politoed, so they're going a double Weather Ball team. As you guys know, that's really common now, especially after the 30-second timers. We take a shield and we immediately swap over to our Politoed. Our Tropius. That's not a Politoed, that's a Banana Face. So Banana Face throws a Leaf Blade there, and right now we have to call, do we think they have Blizzard or not? So we allow that to go through because if we, in my head, I was thinking, you know what, if they have Blizzard, screw it, let them Blizzard me. I'm gonna use my Hypno to farm it down and just use that Thunder Punch. So I try to use my Leaf Blade right there, but we CMP'd. And they do have the Blizzard. They just baited, and we're like, okay, well, we have a shield. We have a shield. You're low. We're gonna shield. We're gonna farm you down. That Alolan Ninetales comes back in. We just throw a Thunder Punch. It should be dead. And oh wow, because of the timing, they catch the end of the confusion, instantly dying. We throw the Thunder. We throw the Thunder Punch here because the confusion damage went on their Alolan Ninetales. We might not kill it fast enough, and they have a cast farm Rainy, so they went triple Weather Ball team. Wow, that's a lot of Weather Balls. But luckily, we got a Thunder Punch. So with that Thunder Punch, the victory is sealed because they're gonna need 2 Thunders to kill us, and we only need 1 Hydro Pump to take it out from here. Once again, play rough would have been better inside the situation, but sometimes the Hydro Pump is really, really useful. You'll see it whenever we go up against a Bastion or G-Fist. The ability to threaten their lives, and or if we land it, we kill them. It's a good time. And we take the win there. GG. Okay, here we have Talonflame versus Shadow Hypno. Now, the issue with this matchup is that Talonflame's gonna take our shields away, but they have to be wary of our Thunder Punch, and we're just gonna do confuse. Okay, luckily for us, they did a Brave Bird, and then they dipped, and then I threw my energy. So this right here is a really bad play, because my Tropius can hard farm this Meganium. I need to save energy on the Shadow Hypno so that I can heal the Talonflame later. So like, if you see that, like, Papagad, happens. So we fully farm this down. We're not scared of any moves. We hard wall the Meganium. Luckily their Talonflame is a little energy dry, so they can't throw a move on us right away. So what we're gonna do is try to take away the shields with these Arrow Aces. Arrow Ace is a really bad move, but because Leaf Blade is double resisted, Arrow Ace is the more energy efficient move, so we will throw both of them at this Talonflame. And he double shields, so this would have been really good for us if our Hypno saved their energy. We still can farm it down with the Hypno, but we're going to decide to go in with Azumarill. Since they only threw 2 Incinerates, we know this cannot be a Brave Bird. So we let the Flame Charge hit us, and there's a Vigoroth. We take the win! Let's go! Pelipper lead is actually really good for this team because we do run Thunder Punch. They will get to the first moves faster, and they can't pressure us. But we can't take those Weather Balls. So we hold our energy this time. So this time, if later, if their Pelipper comes back in, we can throw a Thunder Punch to instantly threat their Pelipper. The name of this team, the goal of this team is that we use Azumarill and Tropius even just to absorb damage and win certain matchups. But they do not get shields unless it's critical. So I know this is probably Earthquake. I put the no shield on this Azumarill. I'm gonna let it go down. He tries to bait, so we're like, okay, well, we're just gonna keep going for this Hydro here. Let's see if he goes fully energy dry with the double Rock Slide here. Can we make it? We cannot. We should have just thrown the Ice Beam there, but oh well. Because we have energy, we throw 1 Confusion and then instantly throw our Shadow Ball after, since they're energy dry, and we do take out the Fisk. Let's see what they have in the back. I see Pelipper lead with Fist usually has a Bastiodon, so we might lose this one here. I made that line up myself, but then later I forgot that it could be popular. So we lose. We're probably gonna lose this one, I think. This one looks like a big yikers. Let's see how it goes. So we take the Weather Ball. They shield. We're lagging, as you guys can see there, and the Bastion comes in, and that's when we realize we are dead. There's no escaping. So when you realize that it's a double steal line, you have to actually shield your Azu. This was a misplay on my part, because even though Tropius can do some residual damage, and so can the Hypno on this Bastiodon, you're gonna look and you're gonna see that the the smackdown pressure and the stone edges just crush it. Like, look at that, how little damage that poor little leaf blade did. And sometimes people sneak in 3-turn moves on you, and they get that energy advantage, and you're just done. Like, this stone edge kills us for sure. And then later, our Hypno is way too low to do anything, so it's just gonna die to a single smackdown. GG, well played to our opponent. Okay, final match of the set. We see a Politoed lead. And so Politoed into this situation, once again, we can absorb one Weather Ball. So we're going to tank the first one, and we're not going to tank the following. And we are going to shield the following ones up. So this one we have to shield, and we're willing to use 2 shields against this Politoed. We're going to throw a Thunder Punch, and we're going to see if it wants to shield, because Thunder Punch will kill from here. We threw a Confusion because we knew that it takes 4 Mud Shots before they get to a move. So they decided not to shield. We have a buttload of extra energy. They have the Alolan Ninetales with Charm. And so the ice, when it gets to Weather Ball, is very scary for our Tropius. We thought they would shield, thinking that they would have Fire Punch there. But instead, they don't shield. Like, they're not even scared that we might have Fire Punch. It's really amazing. We know that the Psyshock won't hurt us that bad. And the charms, though they do add up, we can kill this with the Ice Beam. We overfarm, making sure that we have a little bit of excess energy on whatever comes in next. And they shield it. And we're like, why are you shielding this? You mad lad. We're going to let our Azumarill go down here. And we're going to farm on the Tropius. Because it doesn't have an Ice move, we're okay. They have Pelipper there. Pelipper is pretty squishy, but the wing attacks do add up. They are super effective against our Tropius because of the grass type. So we have to be very wary of their possible Hurricane. So we counted 10 wing attacks there. So this could be a Hurricane. It is the Hurricane. We do shield it. That's critical because we will now get to another Leaf Blade after this before they could get to another Hurricane, and we will kill it. We have to watch out a little bit. Oh, actually, no. Since there's no 30-second timer, we don't have to watch out for the switch. And a Weather Ball doesn't hurt us that bad because it's not very effective. And so we kill the Pelipper, but without even using the Leaf Blade. And we get to Leaf Blade this low Ninetales before the Charm hits us. And we get the win there. That's going to be a 4-1 in the first set. GG's. Okay, Hypno against Toxicroak. This is the best lead we can see. Oh, man. We instantly swap out. They have a Marowak. And even though Shadow Hypno can beat Marowak, and even though Azumarill can technically beat Toxicroak, it's better just throw our hard counter in. We're going to throw our Hydro Pump here, seeing if they shield or not. They don't shield, so we one-shot that Alolan Marowak. And they're going to get to the Sludge Bomb before we get to Ice Beam. You see right there, we just got to Ice Beam. But the Sludge Bomb will kill us. We're not going to waste a shield here because we can just do 3 Confusion. Look at the damage! Look at that damage! Did you guys see that? Oh my gosh, that poor Toxicroak. We know it's nowhere near the energy it needs. And then we throw our Tropius into the Umbreon, which with 2 shields, against 2 shields, we will win. We have to be worried about them trying to throw a Toxicroak in to catch a move, which can happen. But even then, because of how much energy our Hypno has, we could probably finish off the Umbreon with a Thunder Punch. And maybe 1 or 2 extra Confusions, depending on how low we can get it down with these Leaf Blades. If you look at the matchup, you see that it's a very, very, very close matchup. But I think Tropius does win out against Umbreon with 2 shields because the Leaf Blades add up faster. Because Tropius has better attack than Umbreon. Though Umbreon is able to spam these foul plays due to the Snarl. We saw them use the shield, so therefore we use a shield, and there we go. We just talked about doing the catch, and what do we do? What is that? Come on. So we underfarmed there on purpose. Don't tap any bubbles because we made a mistake, but even though we made that mistake, we can still get a little bit of energy. And because of that, we have to waste the shield right there. And now we can throw a Leaf Blade that will threaten the Umbreon's life. They have to shield. And now we're going to leave it in because if they don't throw their energy, they will die to the Tropius. So they throw their energy. We have a Thunder Punch. We're 1 Confusion away from a second Thunder Punch. And we just have to make sure we don't get killed. Like they don't have a move after this next Snarl. They don't have a move. Oh, they die to the Confusion, and we take the W there. GG. Okay, Hypno versus Venusaur. Amazingly for us, because the Confusion does super effective damage, they have a Sableye, and because of how long Confusion takes, we're in a bit of a pickle because this is a return Sableye, and it can crush us. So this is one of the few times where I'm willing to use a shield on the Azumarill, because Sableye winning this matchup, if we don't win the switch, I think we just lose, because I feel like when they have this type of team, the middle component is probably G-Fizz? Could be wrong. We'll find out. They do a double return, and we do a double Ice Beam. And they shield both, we shield both, and they go onto their Venusaur, and we hold our energy on our Azu. We do that because Hypno would get crushed by a foul play from the Sableye, but we can survive one Frenzy Plant. We get to the Shadow Ball and finish off the Venusaur. I'm not sure if Thunder Punch would have killed. I just didn't want to risk it, so sometimes I go for big moves. That sometimes does cost me games, but I mean, I think we have to play like that sometimes. Because this could be a return on my Azu, I'm going to go into my Tropius to farm instead, and I hope to catch the move here. Hope with this return. It's foul play, it doesn't matter, it still doesn't kill us. And we have to see what's in the back. And it is the G-Fizz. So, because we kept our Azumarill alive, our Azumarill will be able to get to this Hydro Pump, which we were one away from, and one-shot the G-Fizz from here. We didn't let the G-Fizz gather too much energy. It didn't have the ability to snipe us out. Because we got that snipe, this becomes a win for us. Really close match by our opponent, and we are able to farm down that Sableye. GG, well played. Whew, what a close one. Okay, Hypno versus Stunfisk. Now, if they're able to bait a single Rock Slide, they can actually get to three Earthquakes essentially. And so, we always shield though, because Moo's like, you always shield the Hypno. I'm like, okay, both shields on Hypno. So I'm like, okay, so we're shielding the Hypno. They shielded the Shadow Ball, which was surprising. I think usually a lot of G-Fizz just let their G-Fizz die, but I thought that was too fast, and so I just let that go, and that was a really bad play because now we're just dead to the Rock Slide here, right? We don't even get to throw a Shadow Ball. Yikes! Wow, that's rough. Okay, but they gave us the Meganium. They should have let their G-Fizz die because they fought for Switch and gave up Switch. So because they gave up Switch, we now get to hard counter with the Tropius, and we're not gonna even throw a move. We're just gonna farm to like 100 energy, and then throw like 3 or so Leaf Blades on that G-Fizz, if that is the best counter to our Tropius. And if they happen to be like something, if they happen to have like another steal, like our Azu's gonna be a much better position than our Tropius to deal with that. So we're just gonna spam these Leaf Blades. So this is the first one, boom. This is the second one. So this one will kill the G-Fizz if it doesn't use a shield here. And if it does use a shield, we're one air slash away from getting to the next one. Oh wow. Okay, we switched out because we have a lot of HP, and it is of a champ with no shields. That is going to be a Hydro Pump that one-shots the Machamp! Or should I call it a Machamp? And we take the win there because we still have the shield up. GG. Well played. Okay, Shadow Hypno into a Mew. Oh, okay. So, one major weakness to this team is that Mew kind of wrecks us. I think that if we are going to play against a Mew, we kind of need a switch to the Azu, and the reason why is because Mew can just Shadow Claw. Like, look how much damage those Shadow Claws are doing, and since they got the boost too, like even if they're using Surf, that's just faster. They just take our shields and kill us because we just can't deal with its damage. And Mew is not the greatest for our other mons from behind to fight with, so this Mew might actually sweep us. Yeah, we just threw over the Shadow Ball knowing that we're not gonna get to another move, and so we die there, and that's a double boosted Mew. And that scares us. This is double boost, and it has Grass Knot instead of Wild Charge. Who brings Grass Knot? This guy brings Grass Knot, and that blows up our Azumarill. The flame charge. Oh man, look at that. Okay, they switch it out and they have a Skarmory. Yeah, this was the Asian Milkman line, except for they have flame charge instead of surf, and we can't win with this team. We kind of just get crushed. It is something that you need to be wary of, and there are more Mews out there. But it's still a very strong team, just like that Mew lead. I think maybe the right way to play against this is switch to the Azumarill right away and see what they want to bring in, or if they want to fight with their Mew. I think that might be our only solution, because we're in a rough situation without it. Azumarill does well against their whole team, but Azumarill's the only one that does well against their team. Okay, final match of the set. Let's see what we go up against. It's Alolan Ninetales. Is it Charm or Powder Snow? And it is indeed Charm. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is a Weather Ball Ice. Oh wait, the 7, 8. Wow, they went really hard. I think they were trying to sneak in a Charm, and they were successful. They do shield there. They get the Weather Ball Ice through. We're gonna shield just because we can get to this Thunder Punch. And because they went to their Medicham, we're like, you know what? You want to go to Medicham? We're gonna throw a Shadow Ball. Did you guys see how much damage that Medicham took? Oh my gosh. That Medicham is almost dead. We're going to bubble it down. Okay, defense drop is bad. But we're going to bubble that sucker down. Let's go. It's a Meganium, and I'm pretty sure we can win this. As long as we save the shield for Tropius, we can take out the A9 before it gets to 2 Weather Ball Ices. And the Tropius can definitely just farm down the Meganium. And oh, they are trying to farm to get a buttload of energy on Meganium so that they can sweep us in the back. But none of the Meganium's moves hurt our Tropius. And because they don't have a shield, if we have a Leaf Blade stored, we can kill their Alolan Ninetales. So we shield nothing. We make sure we save the shield for the Weather Ball that's gonna come in right now. And we throw a Leaf Blade, and I think they knew they just had a Charm down. I don't know why they didn't throw a Weather Ball. Maybe they wanted to stack 2. And we kill them, and there's nothing Meganium would do. And we take it for another 4-1. So 8-2 with the team. Big takeaways with this team is that there are some leads that give you a rough time, like Umbreon, obviously Dark types like Sableye, certain mons like Altaria can sometimes be an issue for the lead. There are things in the back that kind of wreck us too, but the team is a pretty balanced line that has a very strong face-off with the Azumarill, which can deal with most things. And then later you have 2 bulky mons in the back that can absorb damage and allow the Shadow Hypno to use up 2 shields and like confusion things down while having a big nuke move. You guys saw how much that Shadow Ball non-stab did to that Medicham, and I'm like, that Medicham is like a pretty bulky fighter, arguably the bulkiest fighter, ignoring Deoxys defense, and it took out like 80% of its life in a single move. Very strong team. My friend MooMalow has gone to Legend with this. I know a few other streamers have gone to Legends with this. It's a really fun team. If you guys have the Mons, if you traded for like Tropius or got it at the Safari Zone, if you have a good Shadow Hypno, and as you see, my Azumarill's not even XL, but if you have an XL Azumarill, that would be probably really good too, since it could take more damage. If you have the Mons, this is a pretty solid, consistent team, and it's pretty fun to play. It takes a little time to learn. You have to know when and not to shield and when you can farm things down, but it is a very powerful team that can get good results. Some nights you will get hard countered, but it's all okay. So with that all said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See y'all next time. Class is dismissed.